guys, how's it going? It's Invicta TV here, and I want to say that this is definitely a pretty hard game here. It's definitely it was a pretty bad game, I'd say, for various reasons that I'll list out as we go through the video, of course. Just gonna do this as a full-on play-by-play.
One of them sniping here.
Although I want to say, I think I matched probably over 9,000 this weekend, like on the very first game of this card, and I won, but like he was double carrying. I'm like 99% sure. So there's zero brag in it, and I want to make that clear to people. Like when you're playing against somebody who's double carrying, and you win, nobody cares. Nobody cares at all, unless you're double carrying as well, I suppose. But anyway, I obviously got that sticky. I'm gonna go for revives because he was playing above me. I get another sticky off. This guy's weak. This guy's weak. I'm calling out to Yetzel that he's weak. I'm telling him it's in the corner. It's in the corner. Okay, good. Gets the kill. Ooh, that was gonna make me mad if he didn't get that there. We had some issues on this card. It was just not a good day, and most of that work was done there. Of course, obviously I got 2 sticky kills. It wasn't the most skillful, but you know, I know how to use these things, and I know exactly where to put them. The strategy was mostly in my movement and my decision making. So here we go. We're gonna push over to B, of course. I try to get this stick off. I do get it off. I say push in, push in. That's the stick. This guy was way up to the wall. I wasn't expecting that. So here we go. That his stick curved for sure. You could see it from my screen. Now I don't know how Yetzel didn't get that, because that guy was absolute right in front of his face. All you had to do was punch or shoot him once. That actually made me very mad. That was our round. It would have been a 2v1. Even if Yetzel ended up going down to the other guy, like it could have been delayed enough that I would have been revived, etc. Like there's no reason we should have lost that round. Just throwing rounds, very upsetting. Gotta land your kills for sure. So here we go. Gonna dodge this void. Nope, can't dodge it. I didn't have the sprint in time. I try to get that sticky. Unfortunately, I missed that sticky, but I do get the kill because he ends up jumping on it as he was escaping, and he was a little weak. So here we go. I got another one half. We're pushing in. We're pushing in. Obviously, they're jumping on the opposite side there. We don't want to push in too hard on them. One went suicide. We have to worry about our flank now, and then one is, of course, over there. There's a guy on our flank. I say push back on the guy on our flank. Just push back on him. Here we go. I'm missing every shot. Thankfully, my girlfriend came in for the save. I was just choking hits there. There was no reason to be doing that. Obviously, I'm calling out that he's going for the revive. We're just playing this slow, playing this long range. There's no need to overplay it. Just need to play it, you know, further than arm's length so he can't get melees off, especially because I think he pulled special, so we don't want him to shotgun. I think we did see him with shotgun out there for a moment. Yeah, I choked a lot of the shots on the Sunbreaker there. I think I landed 2. Thankfully, my girlfriend came in for the punch. Which was the point of the play. You know, I was calling in for a team push, so it should have been as secure as that right there. I should definitely not have gone down, even if I was missing a couple shots. That being said, we just saw one guy behind us. We see that nobody seems to be over there, so here I go. I go for the stick. Boom, stick. Here we go. I make another guy half right here. I'm calling in a push up. I don't know where he is because, of course, he's bones of AOing around me. I don't know why Yetzel went for that shoulder charge instead of just landing and starting to shoot the guy. And then he missed, like, so many shots there. And then the guy just knew to aim up for the self-res. I was so livid. I mean, what was that? Like 4 or 5 shots missed, just, like, super easy. He wasn't even really retaliating. Like, that was disgusting. Definitely can't be having those kinds of moments happen ever. I'm not trying to like call Yetzel out here specifically or anything, but that was really bad. I got 1 kill. I made another one half. I think even burning on top of that, and it should have been wrapped up just that easy. I don't know what that shoulder charge was. Know your distancings and stuff like that. Unfortunately, the only play I had there because I hammered behind was to push forward on that guy. But unfortunately, I think he landed the headshot. Is what allowed him to be able to Axion kill me so fast. Now, Kenzie did get 1. She's doing a semi-good job here. But as soon as I get that revive, I'm like, okay, just go ahead and end it. There's no point trying to play this out any longer until she does go for the stop and like gives it to them. And if you notice, this is something good to point out, and I never really get to tell people, she only got hit by 1 person at the end there for her death, which is good, because that means that only 1 person got the super energy. Now, unfortunately, it was the Sunbreaker, the one that had already used his super, but still, it's better to only let 1 person hit you, because you get full, you know, super value for an assist, just like a kill. Now I did see one there. I'm going to continue to hard lane this. There should be 2 on the left, I think, is challenging them. They completely gave up heavy, so there I go. I'm going to go pick up heavy. Kenzie got a kill with her sidearm. Golden gun behind us. I knew it was relatively coming. I just had to try to get over the wall. Thankfully, he got away from that. But here he goes. I tell him to go for my revive. He's going to go for their revives. They're going to come over the wall here. They try to get us weak, but threw that nade a little too early and in the wrong spot. I got a stick off of the body, I think. I'm not 100% sure there. There we go. Use those hip fires to make sure I get that kill. He barely got me. I honestly, that looked like a bit of lag or something. He got me around the wall. But Yetzel needs to push up on this and get this kill. Instead, he gives it away, and now the guy's going for an extra revive. I understand that it was, you know, I had told him to smash it here. I told him just go for the smash, just need the kill, which is really dumb. That guy should have been put in the dirt way sooner with that heavy machine gun, and that way we wouldn't have to use the resource there. It's a very unfortunate situation. I don't know if it's I assume he can't revive and shoot at the same time, the way like someone like me can or people with paddles can. But yeah, it's definitely a situation that we did not want to have to use our smash when you have an LMG versus somebody without heavy on a 1v1. Somebody you already had weak, if I'm not mistaken, as well. I'm a little worried here in this positioning because I don't want people to come from the sides and or over the top like that. I don't want to hard lane too hard. He did get shot from not just the right but to the left as well. So I see this now. I'm gonna try to push it. Unfortunately, I didn't see that he pushed up that hard, and it's because he had Nova right there. But I do end up seeing him on the radar at the last second. Trying to make this kill go down in time. Unfortunately, they did farm Yetzel. I think because that guy got a snipe off. Kenzie and I getting perfect team shots here on this guy. Watch this. I headshot him perfectly, and like a quarter of a second after, I get sniped. That should not happen. Now, I told Kenzie not to blow her Nova at first. I said push in, get the shots weak, but the way she blinked in, she kind of was behind a wall for a second. Then he's Bones Veo jumping, and then once I saw that happen, I'm like, hey, just Nova, just Nova. I just want the round win. It's so much more important for us to get to 4-3 here than them be at 4-3. So another unfortunate, I want to say waste of a super. Another super that we had to use where we didn't necessarily have to use it. So of course now they're coming close to, they've used Nova that last round. There we go. That's the Nova dead. That was a really good clutch snipe actually. We know that they have, I think, Storm or Nova and it's a Hunter. It's Golden Gun, which was only used 2 rounds ago, and a Sunbreaker. We're worried about them getting their supers fast. We know that they want to play this run slow, so we're not going to wait too long. We made sure that they weren't pushing around a B. He's over there, calling out that they're over in A direction. So we're going to push around, you know, kind of pinch it. I'm going to wait for the snipe here. He head glitches to the right there. I just see it. Look at that. I perfectly dragged onto him. If I just pulled, I would have had it. Unfortunately, I didn't know that he was going to be there long enough. Like I had to react to my eyesight. I wasn't going to auto pull on that one. But oh well. One did push outside, one's pushing them. I'm trying to push up. I'm trying to like react to their call to not get caught while crossing. But they did get the kill on that guy. So this last guy, we can see he's the Sunbreaker. He's the one who used his super first in the game. So I'm calling out, I'm going to bait it. I'm going to bait it out. And so there we go. He does go for it. I'm not bait it out, but I'm going to make the challenge. Yetzel kind of chased him, but survived. He hit me for half health on that hammer. That was a bit of a surprise. Look at this hammer. I'm so clearly behind the wall on that, but you know how hammers work, guys. So they get the revive down, and I got the kill off self-res. Now, when the hammer was going, I was saying, like, I'm going to challenge this. I got self-res if shit hits the fan. All I had to worry about was the revive and just staying alive. And it turned into a, you know, scary but relatively simple situation. Now, obviously, the mistakes there really came down to landing kills on low health targets, not letting them escape so much. There were 3 times where a target lived or escaped when they should not have. The one time with the LMG, the one time where the guy was absolute, and like the second or third round where the guy was half health and like 4 or 5 shots were missed. Those were the biggest situations for us that really caught us in the butt. Sometimes when you play teams like this team was good, like relatively good. Their stats were good at the time. They definitely weren't bad players, and they're the kind of players where, like, you know, sometimes they can be playing hard, sometimes they'll play a little weaker and they might feel easy, but they weren't bad. And when you're playing players like this, you can't always expect the most perfect game. You don't go into every game just being able to steamroll 15-3 unless you're on some sort of drug that hopefully is legally prescribed to you, because it's not, you just can't do it 100% of the time. Not after long days, not after frustrating games, after frustrating days. Like, so when we played this game, there's still no excuses for doing so poorly in certain moments of that game. But my point being, that was a hard game, and sometimes you have to make the semi-sacrifice plays or just rely on your teammates to get the job done after you fall. Just put in as much work as you can and have them do the rest. You can't 1v3 the entire team every round. There were several rounds there where I'd get at least one down and mostly finish another, sometimes get two down and there'd only be one left, stuff like that. And those are the moments where I rely on my teammates. Not just my carry partner, but my carry sometimes as well. When you play on a team, you are part of that team, especially in this day and age, especially in this meta. And I have to rely on you sometimes, whether it's, just to be able to put one or two shots in sometimes, or just go for the revive other times. To some degree, I'm going to have to rely on you. I'm not gonna play in a way where I have to 1v3 every round or get all the kills in every round, because that's not the safest and most easily winnable way to play. In chess, sometimes you got to sacrifice a piece to be able to, for the greater good, and that's how, I'm not necessarily, I wouldn't say I'm the pawn, but I am going to sometimes make a play that will guarantee more taken from their team than I give them, which is myself, and allow my partner and the carry to be able to finish up of their own, like with their skills, with their work put into it. And that's the best way to play. That's the most that's honestly sometimes what you have to do, especially when carrying. You just have to make sure that the amount of work you put in will guarantee the rest of the round, regardless of whether or not you come out alive. And that's such an easy concept to understand. I'm sure we all can agree. There's no way you can go, 15-0 every game. There's no way that you can always go unbroken or anything like that. You have to sometimes make that sacrificial play, because it's the best and most statistically capable play a lot of the time. But sometimes that stuff doesn't work out, and those are the really frustrating games. They work out for the wrong, they don't work out for all the wrong reasons, But that's my piece, It's just that, like, I had a lot of deaths that game. It was a hard game. There were a couple deaths that didn't need to happen, like when I self-res and got sniped, or moments like that. But every time I felt like I came back up, except excluding that time, every time I came back up or I died, I was like making the play that made sense as me to be sacrificed, or I put in the work and needed the team collapse a little sooner. I didn't know I couldn't expect on the team collapse necessarily, even though it's being called out. Like, or at the least, like, maybe I knew I would die, but I would be able to put in enough work that I could have my teammates finish it up. Or maybe I didn't know I could die, but I knew I could at least put in enough work that my teammates could finish it up. And even better, I might have still stayed alive and been able to continue to sweep the team. And I want people to note those differences. I hope people can recognize the difference between those moments. I don't want to continue rambling on. I honestly, I don't know how to wrap up this idea, but I know you guys should be able to see it by now, what I'm getting at, and I hope that it's something you guys are able to bring into your own gameplay. Of course, I say this every video. I hope you guys are able to recognize and really think for yourselves, will what I'm doing right now be good enough? Will put in enough work that should I fall, I will have put in enough for my team to finish it off. And that's a team player mindset. That's a very important mindset, because at the end of the day, sometimes you have to make sacrifices to be able to win that game. And just to summarize that, there's no way you can 100% always stay alive. If you never take the risks, you're not going to get the rewards. And so sometimes the calculated risks are the most important plays. Without further ado, though, guys, I'm sure this has gone on long enough. I'm going to end this video now. I will be bringing a couple non-trials videos the next couple of days, obviously because I'm done with Rusted Lands videos, and I'm going to move on to just generic videos, generic Crucible videos, until more trials, of course, with the next map coming this weekend. So until next time, guys, this has been Invicta TV, and I'm out. Bye. Hey guys, I wanted to take the time to say that I finally got my subscribe button over on twitch.tv/invicta_TV. If you're interested, you can subscribe for $5 a month or for free with Twitch Prime. This gives you a one-way ticket to hop into games with me, be it Destiny or otherwise, as well as gets you into sub-only raffles or extra chances on all raffles for events like Trials. Thank you to everybody who takes the extra miles, and I appreciate every single one of you. I hope to see you in stream, Guardians.